Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Percy. So, I told myself as almost like a New Year's resolution, for just dedicated to my YouTube videos, there is another person that I watch all the time on YouTube who just doesn't teach people how to draw characters, but she also teaches her like techniques and ways and like crafts and everything, and I thought, that's cool, I need to do that more. So, I want to teach another technique today. I know I showed you Copic markers, and I feel like that's very helpful, especially with people who are experimenting with different materials other than just pencil and paper, so like graphite paper, whatever. This is a really cool technique. If you haven't tried it yet, I really do suggest it. And seriously, Hobby Lobby, these things only cost like $7, so that's where I got this little itty bitty sketchbook. It's a Tantone Strathmore sketchbook, and it's literally filled up with all these Tantone pages and everything. So my goal is to fill the thing completely up, and then maybe, if I'm lucky, if I get it filled all the way up, I sell them all on my Etsy once I get settled down in California. And as you've seen before in a couple of my other videos, I showed you the coloring technique where Lisa Frank used to use, instead of using shadows, she would use colors. I see a lot of this, not on Instagram, but other places. I feel like I should cover it just because a lot of people have trouble blending colors together and everything, and I wanted to show this on this image. I'm not exactly sure who the original artist is, but this is Doctor Who, Amy and Rory. That's the 11th Doctor. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about blending in colors and everything because a lot of people seem to have trouble with it. So I want to teach you how I blend, especially with colors on top of halftone paper. It's a very tricky medium, so that's what I want to cover today. Okay, I'm going to start with Amy's hair. So if you've seen, what I do first is I color with one good layer of lines and everything, just like this. And when I color, I go in itty bitty circular motions like that. It just helps, like, it curves out the way, I don't know. It just goes over the grooves of the paper. As you can see, the paper is very full of fibrous. I don't know how to describe paper that's full of little stringy things. I don't know. Much interesting. First, what you do is you go ahead and you place out where your colors are going to be, like I'm doing right now. Since Amy's a crazy ginger, I'm giving her all these things. Okay, so when blending with halftone paper, you either want to use a white pencil or a cream colored pencil. Either one is effective. You can use either one. I always typically like to use white, especially like on hair, or I know that colors that need to pop. And the cream colored I would use like on skin tones and everything. When I reach their skin, that's what I would use to blend everything in. But your main blender is going to be this right here. So there is a colorless blender that Prismacolor does sell to blend in colors a little bit better and everything. Honestly, once again, I hate it. I absolutely hate the colorless blender, unless it's like I would only use it on backgrounds, like you can see the leftover residue on the tip, that it's black. So I probably use this for a background color just to smooth everything out and everything, but I hate using it on white paper, halftone paper, or anything. The reason why I hate the colorless blender is because when you put it on top of this, if I were to color this in right now, there's no way you would be able to blend in any more colors or put any more colors on top. It's like this is the final round. That's what you would use. Like, okay, here's all my colors. I'm gonna just blend them like this. You would not be able to touch it again. So, with my point is, the way I would blend these colors in is with a white pencil. And once again, I use circular motions to blend everything in. Alright, now that we have that, since I have this going on, it's not very blended well, just because it looks like I diluted the color a ton. Well, duh, because I used a white colored pencil. That's when, this is what it all comes down to. It's all based on layers. Lots and lots and lots of layers. In my experience, it's been nothing but layers. So, now that I have this, I'm going to refer back a little bit to my Copic marker tutorial where I talk about how I would use my lightest color to blend everything in and stuff. So my lightest color in this part of her hair right now is my yellow. So if I go in here and I use this yellow, it just blends in nice and well. And I come back over with my pink like this. And if you haven't seen my tutorial on Lisa Frank's coloring style, then you can go ahead and hop over there. It's called Shadow Colors, Coloring, I don't know, something like that. Something artistic. So then, okay, so what you see me doing now is I'm blending it all again with my white colored pencil. And you see how it's almost turning nice and smooth and everything. And then I can come back in and you see just blending it in nice and neat. And I always use complementary colors that will easily blend into each other, of course, like that. Because I know if I go over pink with a yellow pencil, that yellow will turn into an orange. And what is my main dark color on this? It is orange because Amy's a ginger. Okay, so then I would come on top and I'd probably line these again. Some more pretty pink. And then I could come in again with my white pencil just to even it out more. You see, the more layers I put on top, the smoother it gets. It's not as diluted anymore. The white's not having that kind of effect. Because now it's just serving as a blender and it's helping you. And plus, the great thing is, other than using a colorless blender, guess what? I can go on top of these colors as much as I'd like, and I can start just piling them on top and making them blend even more. Just like that. It is so nice. Once again, I go over with my yellow colored pencil just to blend everything in a little bit more. I'm leaving some some white lines just because it gives a little definition to Amy's hair, just a little bit. And since she is a Adventure Time character in this particular picture, all Adventure Time characters usually have very shiny hair that looks like candy. Duh. Literally, layers is a trick when blending with halftone paper, okay? And seriously, the circular motions and using a white pencil, it's gonna be your best friend, guys. And if you just practice it this way and just keep on piling colors on top of colors on top of colors, you saw how I was just piling it on and on and on and on. And I mean, even after this tutorial, when I finish the rest of this picture, I'll probably go and I'll just pile more layers on top of this. Guys, somebody asked me what kind of jelly pen, I just read it, what kind of gel pen this is. It is called a Jelly Roll, and once again, I bought it from Michaels. All of my supplies are basically from Michaels, guys, whether you order it online or Amazon has all this stuff. So if you don't live in a country that has Michaels, then Amazon's your best friend. That's going to be the best bet ever. So this is Jelly Roll. I can't say it. Jelly Roll white gel pen. And the best way, if you really want something to pop on halftone paper, then you would come in and you would line your lines like that. Just like that. Or I could come in, you see how I have this white streak right here? If I really wanted that white streak to stand out, and this white streak to stand out, then I would go in and I would highlight, just like with the Copic markers. Jelly Roll gel pens are your best friends. And when you go in Michaels, they are definitely in the aisle of scrapbooking, just to let you know. So I can just go in with my Jelly Roll and I can just highlight bits and pieces to make her hair stand out a little bit more, just so you see how much of a nice contrast that is and everything. It just looks nicer. Now, another thing I'd like to teach you guys, a huge tip that I actually learned from a couple of my artist friends. I'm actually going to turn to a page that I have not done yet. As you can see, all of these have a bit of a shine to it. I need to zoom out. Okay, like that. all of these have a bit of a shine to it. If I put it in the light, you see the shine across him? You see how nice and smooth that is? If you are going to sell your pieces of artwork that are on halftone paper, there is something that makes it have this shine. Alright, so these have had the effect, but the only one who's missing it is Alice. Now if I hold her up to the light, you can see she's not as shiny, and she's actually, you see the marks of my colored pencils? How you know how colored pencils are going like this, so I have a bunch of circles all over her. You see, I have no shine except from the pencil shine, like from the actual residue that the pencils leave behind. So, this is what I'm going to teach you today. It's going to save your life, especially if you sew pieces like this. Okay, there's a special thing. You go into the carpentry section at Michael's, or you can just order it online. It is called Workable Fixative. It is fantastic, and it will keep these things preserved nice and wonderful. So if you have people like going through your sketchbook, like I'm sure people are gonna pick this up and go through and be like, ooh, and just put their greasy, oily hands all over it. There is something to save it. This stuff right here. What you do, don't do it inside like I'm about to do. I'll probably get yelled at by my mother and have to turn my fan on right after this video. What you do, you just hold it a little bit away, and I'm actually going to turn you up for a bit. And we're back. See, I just sprayed it a little bit. I just held it a few inches away, and I just went like that on it. Now let's hold it up into the light again. It's not completely dry, but I can tell you right now, it's got the exact same shine that all the others did that it didn't have before. Now you see, with this way, after I've sprayed this fixative, it just enhances the colors a little bit more. It preserves it better, so when people come up to your drawings, they can go like this and actually touch it, and it's gonna be great. And if you sell stuff, then hey, look, it's perfect. Everything's beautiful, and it looks like a sticker. Like, people have gone through this book and like, these are cool stickers, and they're like, oh, wait a second, whoa. So yeah, Fixative will do wonders for you, and yeah. So, I hope that these tips on Tantone paper really have helped, and maybe down the line I'm going to teach you more techniques. Of course, I'm going to touch acrylics, painting with acrylics, and I'm also going to touch base with what you would do with Brianna Garcia's thing, where she just basically, it's like silhouette drawings and only using shadows and highlights and picking one color. You've seen tons of this all over her stuff if you follow her or anything. If you don't, you should. Anyways, yes, yay, techniques for 2015. It's 2015, guys. I hope you had a wonderful, happy New Year's Eve and Happy New Year.